Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Raw and Rare Podcast. This podcast is dedicated to promote the endeavors of raw and rare individuals or groups in the field of music, arts, literature, culture, and education from all genres and platforms who have, in one way or another, created impact in their respective communities. We aim to share their experiences and insights with the intention to inform and uplift the viewers and listeners. So stay tuned for more exciting episodes where we hear it, see it, and feel it only here on Raw and Rare Podcasts. And before I introduce our special guest tonight, I'd like to thank all our regular viewers and listeners in Winnipeg, all over Canada, in the States, around the world, and most especially in the Philippines. Maraming salamat sa patuloy na pagsuporta at panunood ng Raw and Rare Podcast. Mabuhay kayong lahat. And tonight, mga kaibigan, we don't have to say it, but then again, I would say another special, very special episode na naman ang matatampukan natin ngayong gabi. Because tonight, a special guest from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Okay, I'd like to introduce her. She's a Winnipeg-based actress who unlocked her love and passion for performing when she moved to Canada 9 years ago. A graduate from the University of Winnipeg's Theater and Film Department, she has been actively involved in the theater community in Winnipeg and has been seen in multiple productions including Romeo and Juliet by Pocket Frog Theater Productions, Quest by Meraki Theater Productions, Torn Through Time by the Manitoba Theater for Young People, Timon of Athens, Shakespeare in the Ruins, Time and the Conways, Concord Floral, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead by the University of Winnipeg. Ilan lamang yon, but she also had her recent debut on film. Ito, upon landing her first lead role as an actress on a feature film directed by Sean Garrity entitled I Propose We Never See Each Other Again After Tonight, which is currently showing on at least 8 screens all across Canada. She's also a singer-songwriter and has successfully written and recorded her original music, which are all available on Spotify and Apple Music. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, mga kaibigan, tonight, let's all welcome to the show, Miss Hera Nalam. Hello, hello, hello!
Hi! Kumusta po?
Kumusta,
Hi,
Hera?
everyone!
Yeah. Batiin natin yung mga listeners and viewers from the Philippines as well as
For
the
sure.
States. Yeah,
Is
sure.
it gonna be shown at nighttime or ano
It's
ba?
different time zones kasi, so generic na lang siguro, Hera.
Mabuhay!
Yeah, mabuhay.
Mayong adlaw, mayong gabi po sa mga Bisaya nga naminaw nga ra. Hello!
Wow, very good. Ayan mga kaibigan, we have Hera Nalam tonight, and we introduced her, she's an artist in her own right. She's an actress, musician, singer, writer, name it. But tonight, what's interesting is Hera Nalam here. She had a shot at her first lead role as an actress. We will talk about that because we know some of us may have seen the movie already. A very good movie. Me personally, I haven't seen it. I've just seen the trailer, Hera. But then I know na probably at the end of this year, probably, I'm not sure. You tell us, but I hope mapanood natin siya, makalabas tayo at mapanood natin sa mga sinihan, yung very awesome movie na to. All right, and let's hear it from Hera tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think I Propose We Never See Each Other Again After Tonight came out at the end of August, and to my surprise, nabigla talaga ako kasi I expected, because it's like independent film dito, tas just typically I think in the industry, if it's a Canadian film, parang hindi masyadong mahaba yung runtime on on the theaters. Pero yung pandemic, I guess, was a blessing in disguise. I hate to say it that, kasi nakakainis yung COVID. Pero it worked in our advantage kasi theaters were they couldn't show anything kasi yung Hollywood nag-stop showing ng any movies. So when sa city natin, when theater started to reopen again, parang naghahanap sila talaga ng film to show. So syempre we took the chance and just tried it.
Wow.
Tapos it went from one screen in Winnipeg to two screens, tapos bigla na lang two screens sa BC, two screens sa Toronto, tapos bigla na lang siyang it just popped off for like a little bit. So it was genuinely a big surprise for me. Tapos now here it is. Tapos I think at the end of November 23, I want to say, it'll be available on video on demand. Tapos it'll also be on Crave. So if you have Crave, 30-day trial na lang, no?
Show on demand na lang. Anywhere we stream it, mga kaibigan, it's gonna be, an awesome movie night for everybody. I hope na nakita rin nila yung trailer ng movie. But then pag-uusapan natin yan more about the movie. But Hera, tell us, the viewers and listeners tonight, how did Hera Nalam
come to be?
Got to be.
I guess.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Parang ano lang kasi yun eh. It's super spontaneous lang. I always knew, like, I think growing up, I've been surrounded by art kasi yung mama ko, ano talaga siya, involved siya kasi she's a teacher. She was a professor at Cebu Normal University. She was really well respected there. Tapos palagi siya, I remember growing up, after school, punta kami sa school niya. Tapos she's always like teaching different kinds of art. That's like one day she'll be directing a play to choreographing a big dance number pag intramurals or yung mga dance sports or like nagde-design ng costume, kahit ano na lang talaga. So I've always been surrounded by it, pero I didn't really think na I will take it seriously until napunta na ako dito sa Canada. That was 9 years ago. I think I was 16. Yeah, I was 16.
Okay.
Tapos I remember nung I went into the parang registration area, I guess. Tapos they were asking me so many questions. What are you interested? What do you like? Tapos parang nabigla ako. Tapos sabi ko, I have options.
Okay.
So I picked like so many art stuff. So I did all the choir programs. I did like graphics and media, film, ganun, everything artsy. I took it on. Tapos yung mga teachers ko, they noticed that I guess just really cared about it a lot. So I parang na spread na yung interest ko through after school programs, like yung mga jazz band, jazz vocal jazz, ganon. Tapos yun, na-pursue ko na kasi it yung Winnipeg kasi they're very arts they lean and support towards the arts.
For sure.
So
That's
right. So parang from high school, na-connect ko siya outside kasi nung nag-university na ako, they were like, if you're scared of music theory and if you're too like, if you don't want to leave Winnipeg for that, like you can pursue theater. Maybe that's a good alternative kasi it's a combination of like performing and dancing and music. Tapos if you want, pwede kang mag costume design, pwede kang mag-write ng play, pwede kang mag-direct. Like you can do so many things in the theater industry or just in film. So maybe try it. So I kind of just kept trying and then just found more things. Like the more things came to me, the more things I kind of like parang na-filter ko na siya. So parang, I don't like this, I like this. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Tapos yun, bigla na lang more opportunities closer and closer to the things that I think I guess brought me to where I am now. Kasi next thing you know, one show in school, I remember I think it was the first fourth year in university, the first show we did, my there's one theater director in Winnipeg that saw the show, and then she saw me, and then she hired me to a professional gig. So right out of university, nakapag-book na talaga ako ng theater show, and it was just like, it just kept coming after that. So think I just did what I enjoyed, and then it like it brought me to where I am. So
Wow, no,
ganun.
ganun mag-filter ng ano, no? Yan ang career na tatahakin. Right? But
Oh.
no, I'm just kidding, you know. But when you mentioned about you mentioned something kanina na like to say if you're scared of music theory, or then go for this, if it doesn't work, then this. So like you went like searching or something, what do you call that, naghanap ka, hopping ka ba ng mga iba't ibang mga courses or something like that?
Parang ganun. Yeah, kasi
Mm.
pag, like, the beauty, I think, dito
Mm.
sa, in the Western world, I guess, in
Mhm.
Canada, the beauty in it kasi, ang daming options. There are just so
Okay.
many options. And tapos, they present it to you, pag
Yeah.
hinahanap mo sila. So, I remember when grade 12 na ako nun. Tapos,
Mm.
it was that turning point. Anong gagawin ko in
Yeah,
university?
yeah.
Pero I didn't know what I was gonna do. I knew for sure, though, that I didn't want to do anything
Yeah.
like science related or math related
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
anything like that. Kasi I knew that in high school I genuinely enjoyed like I invested so much time in the arts. Like
Yeah.
um I'll kind of like skim over, and I'll do well in school, but I didn't invest so much
Mhm.
in like the other classes as much as I did in
In
choir.
arts.
So
Yeah.
parang na-separate ko na siya. So, yung focus ko, it's getting smaller. And then I just
Mhm.
looked at the arts. And so, I remember it was an option for me for a while to go to Brandon University and
Yeah.
pursue music and just be a musician all the way through. Kasi
Yeah.
that was the first time, I think how it came to be is that I took a jazz improv class, and then I ended up writing a song as like a class project. And then yung teacher ko sabi niya, you can actually write a song, and these are actually pretty good. So he recommended that I should pursue it. Pero I knew in my gut na parang, oh my god, I'm so behind with all this music stuff, and it was very intimidating for me. And all I really knew how to do was play guitar and sing. That's all and I didn't want it. I knew that if I continued on with the music part of it, it was, or the theory, or just the school part of it,
Mm.
it would kind of terrify me kasi ang daming horror stories, diba? I don't want to like demonize music schools kasi I think music schools are great. If you love music, I think you should do it. Um,
Mhm.
it was
Is it
just one of those.
actually the ambience or something na may scary part sa'yo,
Yeah,
or
yeah. So
ng
I think it's
classroom, like,
it's the
ganon?
pressure. It's the
Okay.
So I
Mhm.
think that's why I was like, I don't know if I can handle that. So I think I'm just gonna like
No?
opt that one out and just kind of treat it like a side thing. So
Mhm.
I kept writing songs, and I recorded them in my DIY garage band whatnot sa bahay,
Mhm.
and share them here and there. Pero I looked at acting instead because it was the combination of like getting to sing and
Mhm.
perform and also
Oh,
dance. So
all right.
yeah, it was also super close in my house to go to
Oh,
UW. So I was just
okay.
like, oh, this is like simple. I don't have to leave home. One bus lang.
All right.
It was just, I just tried it. I just tried it.
Mm.
If I found it over time that I actually wanted to do music, I probably would have made the switch. Pero doing acting and meeting people and
Mhm.
experiencing the journey of I guess learning to like myself as a person and
Mhm.
using myself as a tool to tell the stories kind of changed my mind. I was like, I actually
Yeah.
like this. So it was one of those things.
But then the music aspect ng your career researching din, ano, at some point din nagpe-perform ka, no? Pag-uusapan natin yan mamaya. Ikukwento ni Hera mamaya, no, na no, though may ganong experience siya, no, being in a music school at one point in her career, na may mga performance din siyang ginawa, no, regarding sa music. Hera, yeah, what was your, sabi nga natin, yung theater tinahak mo na, no, yung path na to, but then what was your experience before that, I mean the movie,
Oh.
Before the first indie movie na to, meron kayong mga theater mga productions, di ba? Was this your training ground? Parang naging training ground mo to get to
To
where?
where? Yeah,
Mhm.
totally. Kasi, um, yeah, like I said, like it just made sense. Kasi
Mhm.
at the end of the day, they in the big world, they look for a
Mhm.
paper that says you went to school, right? And
Mhm. Mhm.
I think if I was gonna do school and commit to a 4 to 5 year education, I wanted to do something that I wouldn't hate so much. Kasi ang
Okay.
dami, I meet so many people na um, especially if artist ka,
Yeah.
especially too if you're Filipino, parang
Yeah.
ang dami-daming
Mhm.
talagang may gusto sa arts, pero
Mhm.
because of the mentality na talagang mahirap to be an artist, and it's true,
Mhm.
it's really hard.
Mhm.
Parang nade-discourage na tuloy yung youth today na
Yeah.
mag-pursue ng arts. Like, it's not bad at all, it's
Mhm.
possible. I think it's society that needs to change that stuff, but
Yeah.
um yeah, like I think I really wanted to have some form of training to like build
Mhm.
that discipline, build the organization, and also the stamina to
Mhm.
invest and using yourself, your body, your emotions, that para makaperform ka. And then
Yeah.
in that way, parang naging, I guess it just worked out. Whatever I learned in university about being an actress, parang
Mhm.
na-apply ko din siya sa music as a
Yeah.
performer or as a
Mhm.
songwriter. So yeah, it just worked out.
Okay, it just worked out, no? And then it's Hera Nalam here, so no matter what, get her in. Because we know mga kaibigan, like in Hera's experience. Hera, could you tell us like when you first came or and the family right
Mm.
moved to Canada? Now, was there any doubt sa'yo? But we know you mentioned earlier now you've been exposed as early as when you were like young, high school or even elementary.
Younger, para.
Your mom was a respected professor in the Cebu Normal University teaching arts. You know, so that exposure as early as at a young age, noon ba nasa isip mo na someday I will be this, an actress, a musician, an artist someday, or tell us.
Oh yeah, I remember. This is actually quite funny kasi when
Mm.
I was back home, I was very opposite. As parang dream ko
Mm.
na lang talaga siya, parang fantasy almost na, oh, I'm gonna be like a performer, I'm gonna go sing, I'm gonna go
Mhm.
dance. Parang dream ko na lang yun. I never thought na it would actually be something that I would do.
Mhm.
Kasi kaya nga sa like at home, your parents want to make sure that you survive and then you can
Mhm.
eat after whatever.
Yeah.
So I had planned. I think if hindi ako nag-move dito sa
Mhm.
Canada, I
Mhm.
probably would have pursued something like engineering or architecture.
Okay.
Kasi yun talaga yung fallback. My dad, I remember,
Mhm.
saw me as a child. Nakita niya na nagdo-draw ako pero three-dimensional. Sabi niya,
Yeah.
you have
Wow.
potential. Tapos
Mhm. Yeah.
sabi niya, pwede ka mag-engineer. Tapos yun na yun, parang if I had not discovered the
Mhm.
passion that I have for the arts, I probably would have done something like that. Because I think it's cool. I think
Okay.
if I actually tried, I'd actually be good at it. But who knows?
Yeah.
This is the path I
Yeah.
chose. So
Was there any I don't want to say but like say pressure in the family na say you mentioned your dad nga no, oh, I want you to be an engineer, then how about mom? Was she the one who pushed you to be
to be an artist,
artist or yeah?
it's funny because I
Mhm.
think it's unspoken. I
Mhm.
think at the back of my parents' minds, they're always worried about what's gonna happen to Hera. She's like
Mhm.
always
Mhm.
working by contract. Because I'm a
Mhm.
freelancer, right? So
Okay.
um I think like at first when I remember when I first told my dad na I was gonna go to theater school,
Mhm.
he wasn't pleased with it. He was just like, what? Why? Like he was like, why though?
Mhm.
And I had to be like, well, I just want to do something for fun. He's just like, you
Mhm.
cannot do that for fun. You're gonna need something. And I'm just like,
Okay. Yeah.
it took him a while to like understand and like just let me be. Kasi syempre he's my dad. He cares.
Of course. Of course.
But
Yeah.
um even my mom, I think si mama kahit supportive siya, I think like she's like, you know, she still thinks and worries, but
Mm-hmm.
they've been really good, supportive talaga, especially when they started to notice the work na I'm
Yeah.
so active in the community.
Mm-hmm.
I do so many things na parang I just try, or I go look for the spaces in the community that
Mm-hmm.
present these opportunities. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Wow.
it was a journey, that's for sure.
Yeah,
It
for
wasn't
sure.
always easy.
Yeah,
It
just
still
if you
isn't,
take
pero
this
you know,
path, then you have to be ready for anything,
talaga,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
talaga.
tama yan. Wow, no, it's good to hear, kasi like sabihin na nga natin, no, like I have a question for Hera here, which is about her involvement sa theater production, film production. Can you tell us, Hera, how does, for our viewers, like ang pag-aartista ba, kasi ewan ko lang kung ganito, kasi di ba noong araw, siguro nung panahon namin,
Yeah.
nababalitaan namin, although hindi ako artista, no, pero halimbawa si ganito, halimbawa kaibigan lang namin yan, ngayon artista na. Alam mo yun, yung iba ngayon dito sa Canada, or like when you were doing this in your first major indie film, how was, paano nagkaroon ba ng audition or something, and then was it easy, in the first time na may audition ba or something, and paano yung daily work ninyo sa theater
Deliver.
and film?
Alam mo,
Yep.
there's this is a it's a blessing and a curse, kasi being an artist, I think there's a lot of control. The good thing, or the thing that I like about it is, yeah, you audition, up to me as a performer, as an actor, to go out and look for things that I want to work on. So that's the beauty, parang may control ka, ikaw yung magde-decide kung anong role gusto mo, na anong gusto mo i-pursue. You don't have to do the, I guess, paano ba to i-phrase? Parang you choose the grind, basically. Does that make sense? So
Choose
you,
your own
yeah,
grind.
yeah. So you
Something like
work,
that.
you work hard, syempre, to like audition as much as you can, so people know that you exist and directors can see your face. Pero yeah, like it's very much so in your control. I think if it's very hard to do, kasi syempre there's pressure in like making a living out of it. But if you just remember to yourself as an actor, na it's up to you at the end of the day. Like, you invest as much energy as much as you want, or as little as you want. That's what I like about it, kasi I get to decide and I get to control my own
for sure,
path. Pero at the same time, if you're taking it too easy, na parang almost you're not developing or honing your craft, you're not practicing a lot, that's when it suffers. Kasi parang you come up to an audition and then suddenly parang, oh no, I haven't done this much acting in so long, or ganon. So mahirap siya in a way na it's paano ba, there's a good metaphor for this somehow. Parang it's like you're constantly remaking yourself. Parang you're constantly making a recipe and just like trying different things, but you have to make sure that it's good at the end of the day. Like, you have to make sure that it's still good. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but
makes sense.
mahirap, but at the same time, it depends on how much you really want to do it. Kasi I also know some artists na parang, to them, a successful career is just booking one or two gigs or two shows. Pero to some people, they want to do this
They want
the whole
more.
year.
Yeah.
So I think it really depends kung anong gusto mo.
Depende kung anong sineset mong siguro for
Yeah.
standard for yourself ng
For yourself,
ng
talaga.
achievement mo level, parang ganun siguro,
Yeah,
no?
that's so true. So I think it's great in that way. It's just
And
sometimes
I could tell, I could feel na you feel very accomplished and masaya ka, no, dun sa na-accomplish mo through that movie pa lang, no? For first movie mo, no? We could see the radiance and the glow. Masayang-masaya ka ngayon, no? Hera, tell us about your artistic endeavors naman, aside from the movie, but we will expound more about the movie later on. You're also a musician, singer, for songwriter. Yeah, tell us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit more. So yeah, that's right. So like I said before, I mentioned na it was in high school. It started in high school, grade 12. I wrote a song, isa lang.
Mm.
Tapos it was really good. My friends really liked it. Tapos my teacher really liked it. And then it was yeah too scary to pursue music. So I
Mm.
decided parang I'll just do it on the side. So
Mhm.
I found a tiny like after school program. It's called Just TV. Tapos doon, it's like a multimedia after school program thing at a community center. It's called
Okay.
Broadway Neighborhood Center, which is funny enough because I work there now.
All right.
But there I remember being in grade 12 and finding the space, parang playground for artists. They have recording studios, they have cameras. Tapos you basically get to record what like a song and make a music video
Wow.
of your choice. So I was just like, I have a song, I have a music,
Yeah. Yeah.
like I have an idea. So I kind of just took that opportunity. Tapos from there, that program presented me like they have connections in the community. So
Mhm.
there's connections. So if they hear from like a location, there's like, oh, they're looking for a performer for 45 minutes
Mhm.
at this place, you should go. So they'll send me and be like,
Yeah.
okay, there, may gig na ko, eh, di yun, may
Yeah.
50
Yeah.
bucks for 45 minutes, I'll
Yeah.
take it. So
Yeah.
there's
Take
like
it.
small little things like that.
Mhm.
And then it evolved eventually for me meeting more people. So
Mhm.
um, in that way, I was able to make my own circle. Tapos dun na, like from parang meeting people just at spaces to like collaborating with songs to like
Mhm.
meeting these artists and turning them into my life friends. So
Mhm. Yeah.
um, in that way, yeah, it's just kind of constantly growing. I think you just have to know the places where to look and really, really meet people and
Mhm.
actually get to know them. Tapos build your own community. Ganon.
Yeah.
Tas, I also know that for me, I was very lucky na no, when I was in high school, ang dami-dami kong musically uh, involved na friends na
Mhm.
when I had my circle. Tapos I noticed na, uy, parang kulang, I need a band. Tapos
Mhm.
that's when I turned to my high school friends ko nga, hey, I know,
Okay.
parang,
Mhm.
when was the last time you played? So
Mhm.
dun na nag-invite na ako. Tapos I can still see some of my friends are playing here and there.
Mhm.
So I figured, why not? Just ask if they want to play music, right, for fun,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
made it work. And then next thing you know, this whole late night jams with Hera was a thing. It started off,
Yes.
yeah, it started off
It
with just,
was. Yeah.
yeah, it started off with just an Instagram thing.
Mhm.
Parang I'm
Yeah,
just
I just feel ano nga lang na nasasayangan ako, hindi lagi ko napapanood pero hindi ako naka-attend ng live talaga, ano. Kasi
Ah,
usually weekdays most of the time or weeknights I mean. There was
Wednesday usually.
yeah, like oh man, why not Saturday kasi para
Oo
naman
nga.
and it was held at Rafi's.
Raffies. I
Yeah,
love
Rafi's Cafe.
Raffies.
I used to hang out there. Yun nga lang weekends, and when they do alternative bands naman,
Right.
ganon. But then I should be watching this live. But then okay, YouTube,
Yeah.
Facebook na lang. But it was
Yeah.
cool, no? Na makita mo may iba't ibang mga artists from, all walks of life o sabihin natin. Hindi,
Yeah.
no, I mean, younger generation, nakikita natin. Hera, eto, I don't wanna veer away from the topic na dito sa music
That's okay.
topic. But I don't know if this is trivial, but eto na ano ko lang. Do you think may meron ding nagpe-play din ng malaking role ba yung community, like demographics or something, kung saan community ka dito sa Winnipeg, no? Because for our viewers, no, mga kaibigan, hindi naman the whole Winnipeg area is always accessible ang mga ganitong
Totally.
opportunity. But then you mentioned in your community where the school you went to in elementary to high school, there's been so much na to give out sa mga students, no, all the opportunities like you mentioned. You have a free recording and
I
video
know.
recording sa school, which is hindi naman lahat ng school ganon, di ba? And then it helped you out a lot din para i-put out ang iyong music, di ba, and art. So what do you think yun nga, no, may ano ba yung question ko, may kinalaman nga ba talaga ang ganon?
Your circle?
Yeah.
I think in a way, yeah, there's
Mhm.
definitely a sense of parang I feel very privileged na I have access to that stuff.
Mhm.
Um but I also know na it was also because I was looking, maybe it was the space that I was in kasi I went
Mhm.
to um when ba yun, saan ba yung DMCI? And then it was just,
Mhm.
I don't know, yung teacher ko involved sa, like my band teacher was very
Mhm.
involved with the local scene in Winnipeg. That's why
Okay.
he knew where to direct me. And then from
Oh,
there,
okay. Yeah.
parang ganun, parang it's just a series of events na parang I
Yeah.
was very, very, very fortunate and very
Yeah.
blessed in that way. But I think to a sense, definitely, yeah.
Mhm.
Kasi, and it's also, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah, in a sense din na ganun. But no, I just wanna negate it now. Kasi no,
no, it
no,
makes
because
sense though.
yeah, but that yeah, because but with you, it's iba kasi Hera here mga kaibigan, no matter where you put her, she will still shine, you know. No, because with all your artistic, yung juices nandyan, just waiting to
Oh,
explode na lang, di ba? So,
thank you.
yeah, so tingin ko no, yung iyong passion is always there. So no
Oh.
matter where they put you, either sabihin na natin hindi ka dito sa Canada napunta or sa ibang bansa, you will still shine as an artist for sure,
Aw, thank you. That means
Yeah,
a lot.
kasi
Especially now.
no, you have everything ready na no? Just waiting to get out na lang, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a challenge kasi nga,
Mhm.
like as an artist, parang it's like it's a competitive industry. So
Yeah.
pag if you're looking for grants or if you're just
Mhm.
looking for like like
Mhm.
spaces, ang hirap talaga.
Yep,
So
yeah.
it's very important, like dito sa Canada, like it's all about networking, right? So you have to
Yes.
know someone from the inside. But
Mhm.
I think it's also your mentality, your energy.
Of course.
If you take care of your mind and your
Mhm.
mental space, and
Yeah.
um I think if you keep that passion and determination that really, if you really want it, you work
Yeah.
hard for it and then commit to it and invest time in it, then you'll get what you want.
Yeah.
It's not always easy. I don't think it is even
Yeah.
now. Like
Yeah.
I'm still struggling in
Yeah.
terms of like um putting work out there without
Yeah.
like um it's all about the logistics. It's hard,
Yeah.
but you gotta do what you
But
gotta do,
yeah,
right?
if you have that determination in your heart, you know, no one can
Yeah.
stop you. You know.
And I think it's also if you believe in the work, if you put it in and you
Yes, of
put in the
course.
work, then I think
Tama.
that makes a difference. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and your
Wow, very
circle.
good. It's good to hear. Yeah, very rare na naririnig natin 'yan, no. Yung iba kasi even if you oh no, I mean yung ibang thinking is even if you have all the logistics na banggit mo nga but without the passion, determination, you know, uh, it's hard to get to the top. It's most difficult to stay on the top, something
Oh
like that,
my God. Yeah, that's
you
so
know?
true. Kasi the pressure, right? And I think
Yeah.
that's why to say, like to mention again, as long as you're holding the standards to yourself and you're not trying to,
Mhm.
um, if you're not trying to, I guess, try, like if you're staying true and if you're just like doing what makes you feel satisfied or if
Mhm.
you're proud of your work, then do that instead of
Mhm.
trying to be something else that you're not. It's good
Yes.
to experiment, but as long as you feel like this is coming for me, so
Yeah.
that might be a key thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking about believing in yourself, Hera, you have a community project. I'm not very sure what's the name of your program, but you have something that mentors the youth.
Youth. Oh
Yeah.
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 So like I mentioned before, so this
Mhm.
program Just TV, that was me when I was in high school. So there's a community center in the Broadway area, West
Okay.
Broadway area. It's called the Broadway Neighborhood Center, and the way I found them was because long story. There was a songwriter that was invited in my high school who brought me and a few of my other classmates to record in their space, and that's how I found them. And then they offered me, hey, do you want to join this free program where you
Mhm.
can write and record and make music videos? And I'm like,
Yeah.
sure. That was like I said, that was the gateway for me to come in and like, oh my gosh, this is my playground. This is the space that I can be a creative.
Mhm.
And then that I think gave me the confidence that I have now. My That's where I built my community, and then
Mhm.
it equipped me with the trust, I guess, and also the confidence, like I said.
Mhm.
I left the program after, I think, after 2 years of being in there. I graduated from it, and then I went to university. And
Okay.
then after university, I was looking for jobs.
Okay.
And funny enough, coincidentally, they were hiring.
All right.
So I submitted a resume, and I had zero experience with youth. I had no experience mentorship, nothing like that at all. All I had was I can play music, I am
Mhm.
very artistic, and I talk a lot.
Yeah.
So they were like, let's just do it. So if I started off as a youth facilitator, so I just basically make sure that kids are engaged, and I help them I guess open up their ideas creatively. So I just talk to them and like ask them questions about like, why do you think this is this, or that is that, why is that? So that's what it turned out to be. I was just helping people and volunteering sometimes. And then over the in the last 4 years, I want to say it, I went from youth facilitator to now coordinator. So
All right.
I'm co-coordinators with another local artist. Actually, his name is Stumbles. He and I run the After School Leaders program, and we called it the Youth Creators Club. So
Alright.
it's a space for, I think it's 13 to 16, 13 to 16-year-old, 17-year-old kids. And that's parang space lang for them to play with their ideas. So
Mhm.
if you're a teenager, preteen, or that you're trying to be like, I wanna do something creative, but I
Yeah.
don't know how to do it, or I think I have an idea and I'm trying to put it out there, but I don't have the tools, then you come to us. So you just register, and then you just talk to us about like, I have this video idea, or I have this painting idea in my head, but I don't know how to do it, or I don't have the tools, or I don't feel comfortable in my circle. To
Yeah.
can I be myself here? Then that's what it is. So
Mhm.
that's essentially what it is. It's multimedia. You can do whatever you want there. You can be a vlogger, you can be a recording artist, you can be a beat maker, you can be a director, a script writer, literally anything that's
Wow.
related to. So it's nice because
Yeah.
I get to talk to all these teenagers, and
Mhm.
parang their ideas are so different from how I was when I was 16.
Yeah.
Parang it speaks to the generation talaga, like the generation of TikTok. The attention span is so small. Parang I'm
Yeah.
always so like, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
So-
it's so fulfilling for you, right? To get
totally.
this,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's not really what do you call this, an actual work, but then you actually enjoy it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And
Mhm.
it's funny because it's one of the reasons why I know it's really hard. It's really hard to be an artist and to stay creative because like when you're like with the stress and overwhelm of
Mhm.
like investing a lot of yourself into your craft, that's very draining. That's why I'm very grateful for this job in a sense that I'm constantly surrounded by young and fresh
Yeah.
ideas,
Mhm.
and parang the 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 innocence and the purity of a kid saying, I want to do this because it's passion, and
Yes.
parang it reminds me constantly as it's like, this is why I want to do this, because there's kids for the next generation who
Yes.
want to keep doing
Wow.
this craft.
Yeah.
So parang it really, I think, it keeps me grounded as an artist
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah,
yeah.
wow. It's so, it's so inspiring, no? Yung ganon na, hindi mo nararamdaman na pressure siya or trabaho, because every day you go inside the class or the workshop, umiikot lang yung ideas, yung flow is always
Yeah.
there. Wow, very good. Nice.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
really
That's
cool,
good
and
to hear.
it's the best part is when you watch them grow. It's like
Yes, that's
you were you were 13 and now you're like 17 and making
Mhm.
music more than me. Parang wow, like it's
See, what's
really
more fulfilling than that, right?
yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice.
Wow, no. So that's Hera Nalam's experience po, and then currently it's still going on, right? This is your job, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really tough now with
Yeah.
COVID because we
Mhm.
can't do we can't do
Okay.
studio recording, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a whole other challenge right now,
Yeah.
especially because like they want to be in school but they can't. Parang
Mhm.
it's a whole other challenge. This COVID thing is like throwing everyone off.
Yeah. Wow. No. Thanks, Hera. No. Now let's go back to this time let's talk about your first movie. I propose we never see each other
Oh
again
yeah.
after tonight. So tell us
Sheesh.
about that movie.
Yes. Well, it's a long story. Do you want to
Sure.
know about the movie
Yeah,
or
just
my
know some
experience?
some 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 synopsis or about the movie a little bit, because
Okay.
we want to save it for them until they watch it.
Okay, okay. A little bit of
Yeah.
snippet about the movie.
Yes, sure.
So I know that it's marketed somehow like Boy Meets Girl, and it's a Filipino movie meets Mennonite boy, Filipino girl meets Mennonite boy type of movie. Um, I love that it's highlighted that way because I think it's great for representation. But at the same time, I do want to like reiterate that it's a Winnipeg film. It's very much like I think somebody called it a love letter to Winnipeg.
Mhm.
Winnipeg is often seen parang, oh my god, it's so ugly and flat and snowy and cold and boring. But this movie changes your mind, especially
Mhm.
because, it's set in the winter into spring.
Mhm.
Tapos you really get to watch two people fall in love.
Mhm.
And I think that's about how much I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, sure, sure. Yeah, no problem. No? Kaya nga
Yes.
mga kaibigan, we have to see the movie ourselves para makita natin gaano kaganda, kahusay ang pelikula. And then like you were trying to say about your experience doing the movie.
Oh yeah. So it started. I think I like the audition process. I think was what I think made a really big impact in terms of why I really wanted to do it.
Mhm.
I it was an improvised audition. So what happened is I had posted this cover song that I did with a friend. Sean found it on Facebook and asked me to audition. It was very funny because he wanted to audition me for a smaller part, and
Mhm.
then when he saw me in the audition, I ended up staying in the audition room for 40 minutes,
Mhm.
and then at the end of it, he offered me the part. He offered me the lead
Oh.
the lead role, and I was
Mhm.
like, I'm already contracted to do a different show.
Oh, really?
So I said no.
Really?
Yeah, I said no.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
interesting. Okay, tell us more.
yeah, it's very
Okay.
funny. So
Okay.
in the credits you mentioned earlier, Torn
Mhm.
Through Time, I had been contracted to do that
Oh,
play.
okay.
It was a 3-month contract with MTYP, and that was gonna be the same time. It was gonna be the same
Mhm.
time as the movie.
Mhm.
So Sean was like, "You have to leave that one because I really want you to be my lead." But I said I can't because I signed a contract and rehearsal starts in a week, so I really can't do it.
Mhm.
So Sean was like very heartbroken about it, and he's like,
Mhm.
"I'll give you a couple days to think about it. I'm still putting the offer on the table." And I was just like, "Okay, I'm probably still gonna say no." Um,
Mhm.
After a day or two, I know I contacted like literally all of my professors, asked
Mhm.
them, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Mhm.
So,
But yeah, excuse me, Hera. You've seen the script and everything already for the I propose.
the script,
Yeah.
no.
No, not yet. Okay. All right.
Not yet. So
Mhm.
what happened was, so I had contacted my profs. They advised me to do what I want,
Mhm.
and I was just like, no, I committed to a contract. I'm not gonna do it, and I told Sean again. I said no, and he was just like, I'll talk to MTYP. I'll make something work. I'm sure they'll understand. They won't put you. They won't like put you on the you. They won't
Mhm.
blacklist you basically.
Blacklist. Mhm.
Yeah, because it would be really shitty if
Mhm.
I ditched
Yeah, of
a
course.
contract
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I've committed to it, so I
Mhm.
I just didn't feel that I didn't feel
Mhm.
right, so
Mhm.
I said no, and then he was like, oh, okay, but then I told him I can only shoot on weekends. He took it, so he
Oh.
worked around my schedule. So I
Yeah.
think it was the year of 2018, starting
All
January
right.
1st all the way to the end of April. I
Mhm.
was acting 7 days a week, and it was
Mhm.
insanity.
Whoa.
It
Whoa.
was really
Wow.
hard.
Mhm.
But the film, the tour was amazing. I was surrounded by really, really wonderful all female crew. It was so good. So I did that on the weekdays, and on the weekends I'd be on set with Sean and Christian, and every day it was a different. I before I fully dived into the movie, Sean and I sat down, and he didn't give me a script, but he did give me like a storyline to read
Okay.
over, like
Yeah.
kind of like a book,
All
it's like
right. Yeah.
a story of it, and
Mhm.
um that's what I saw the script and I was just like, this is really cool. It's a love story about Winnipeg. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do it. So from there, we worked on a character. We talked about who Iris is, what
Mhm.
she like, what does she do, what's her lifestyle, ganon.
Mhm.
What's her relationship like with her family, her parents, her
Mhm.
sister, ganon. Um, and then it just kind of just went on there. Every day I went to set, and then I knew what scene we were gonna work on, so I would be mentally prepared to
Mhm.
um, do whatever. But yeah, I literally show up on set. You need to read your little note that this
Yeah.
is what you're doing, this is what your goal is, and you're about
Mhm.
to reveal this secret to this scene partner, and
Yeah.
that's what it is. All improvised, all like you don't know what your scene partner is gonna say, so
Mhm.
you're in the moment, you're present palagi, tapos
Yeah.
you just play, you just act,
Yeah.
and it was really fun. It was really fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was this entirely shot in Winnipeg lang talaga, no?
Yeah. So we were so fortunate kasi um we got to do so many scenes in the most prettiest parts of Winnipeg. Like
Yes,
we
I've seen
got
the trailer. Yeah.
yeah.
No,
So
this place. Yeah, you could relate
yeah.
talaga, di ba? Mhm. Uh, Hera, you mentioned na ewan ko kung did you say this is uh it's coming from you. This is a Winnipeg movie, or did you say Winnipeg Filipino movie something?
It's a
Or
Winnipeg. It's a Winnipeg movie.
movie? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just great that one of the lead characters is Filipino. Kasi ang
Yeah.
daming Filipino in
You know,
Winnipeg.
yeah,
You know?
it somehow characterized din yung Winnipeg, no? Para sa mga hindi nakakaalam po, malaki po ang population ng Filipino community sa Winnipeg, no? In Canada. So, I think it's
Mm.
somehow yung nagput siya ng konting character ng Winnipeg, which is Winnipeg. It would be not Winnipeg if there's no Pinoy in it, something like that, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And
So
I
you
think
could say that, a
yeah,
Winnipeg Filipino movie, yeah.
yeah, and that's true too. Kasi yung experience din ni like the storyline of Iris is that she was born and raised in Winnipeg. So in that sense, it's very much so unique to that
Yeah.
the diaspora experience too. Na,
Yes.
you know, when you're like I felt a lot of I wasn't born here or raised here, but I think the disconnect of like being away from home.
Yeah.
Tapos when you're in a household and there's two languages getting spoken,
Yes.
English, Taglish, parang that's I think any newcomer that would
Yeah.
watch it would like, oh my god, that's kind of like my
Yes.
house, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a scene in the trailer where my mom says, "Bahala ka na sa buhay mo,"
Yes.
right? And I know
we hear
that
that very often.
yeah, that's what I mean. Ang dami-dami kong mga kaibigan na nagsasabi after they
Wow.
watch the movie na, oh my God, my mom said that to me too. Ganon. So it's
Nice.
like,
Yeah.
it's unique in that experience too. So
Nice.
I think it's a very funny movie.
Yeah, we can't wait to see it. It's stream on Crave and show on demand.
Yeah, at the
We'll
end of
do it,
November.
yeah.
I'm sure if
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, si Tita Mitos.
Mitos, yes.
And tell us who are the Filipino cast, if possible.
Oh my God, ang dami.
Yeah.
But the parents are, my parents are Tita Mitos Malyari and Elmer Aquino. They're incredible. I know that na-discover din sila sa Rafi's.
Yes, yeah.
Kasi they do karaoke, right? They
Yeah,
host
we
the
know Tita
karaoke
Mitos,
event.
yeah.
So yeah, that's them. And then there's Andrea Macasset, who is a world-renowned Broadway artista. Like she was in New York. I got to see her show. She's Anne Boleyn at the musical Six. So she's incredible. I got to work with her, and it blows my mind that I was ever in the same space as her. There's many more.
And who's you're the lead?
The lead guy.
Yeah.
Lead guy. His name is Christian Jordan.
Alright.
He is also a playwright. So he's an artist in his own right as well. So he's pretty cool.
And this is directed by
Sean Garrity.
Sean Garrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really cool guy too. Well traveled and very smart. Speaks so many languages. That guy
Wow.
can like switch languages. I
Yeah.
don't know. He's so cool.
Wow. Thank you so much, Hera, for sharing everything. But I hope it's not everything, because we're expecting more. We're all expecting more from Hera Nalam here. She's just starting out. For sure, marami pa siyang. She has a lot more to offer about her art, her music, and of course her her films. We're hoping din, Hera, na hindi lang we're not expecting a part 2 of this naman, a sequel or something, but some other we know you're trying to keep yourself busy, and then
Yeah,
because this
totally.
pandemic just literally stop everything. We
I
know.
know.
Yeah.
You know what's really crazy? Just
Mhm.
this is like a low key, like it. I guess it's not really a secret because I found out pretty recently that we would have been able to release the movie in the Philippines, but because
Ooh.
of a lot of very
Mhm.
problematic things, parang
Mhm.
na-cancel siya.
Sayang, no? But
I know, but you
you
know
know,
what? We're gonna make it happen.
of
It happened
course,
for
make
a
it
reason.
happen. Yeah,
It
it
happened for a
will
reason.
happen.
So you can take away the girl from the Philippines, but you can't take the Philippines from the girl. So
Yes.
it'll get there. It'll come. I'll make sure. I'll make sure
Yes, sa
that
mga
my people can
kaibigan
see it.
natin. Yeah, may chance kayong makita sa Philippines ang movie. Just watch out, no? Stay tuned lagi, for Miss Hera Nalam here. So Hera, we know we could only accommodate so much time tonight, but it's been so
Totally.
enriching, so informative,
Aw.
and we're very blessed to have Miss Hera Nalam on Raw and Rare podcast tonight. If you have further questions, reach out to Hera Nalam on her Instagram,
Instagram.
yeah,
Yes.
Facebook maybe,
Yes,
or
Facebook. I'm a little
Messenger.
slow on
Yeah.
Facebook, but Instagram, it's faster.
Yes. So yeah, reach out for Hera, and then if you have any comments or suggestions, no, about or questions, I mean, feel free to drop your comments here on this page. And once again, no, Miss Hera Nalam from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Thank you so much, Hera, tonight for everything.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Lastly, before we wrap up the show, your message to all your fans, fellow independent artists out there who's trying to pursue their passion, anong mensahe mo para sa kanila?
I always say this, being an artist is really tough, but you are exactly where you need to be. Remember why you're doing this and just believe in yourself. We got this. Thank you for all of my supporters also.
Wow.
I
Miss
appreciate
Hera.
y'all.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hera. And
Thank you.
we'll all see you soon on the next episode of Raw and Rare Podcast. Meanwhile, Hera will introduce the song we're going to play tonight, her song.
Yes, this is the first song I ever wrote. I wrote it in 2014. It's about a lost loved one. So this is called No Regrets.
Wow. So mga kaibigan, No Regrets from Hera Nalam. Thank you so much. See you all on the next episode. Thanks, Hera.
Thank you.
Late at night, I'll wait for the morning, counting stars as planes go by. A spell the moon puts me under, brings you and me together tonight. For a moment, you're right by my side. I see the reflection I've lost all my love. Just for now, I can say only you can stay. Hear the words, I miss you every day. No regrets could change. Who am I to blame? I used to face my fears all alone. With no hope, I was blind for so long. But then you brought the colors back to life. Maybe you